Anthem 43, Behold, the Grace Appears. Welcome to Anthem 43 in my attempt to write a new choir anthem every week for a year. I'm Kevin Mulrine, and I hope you'll enjoy listening to my progress throughout the rest of 2024. Please do visit the website anthem52.com, follow along on x.com or Instagram at realanthem52, and send me a message to show@anthem52.com. Despite fitting in little bits of composition time around everything else that's currently occupying us, this anthem seemed to flow fairly well. I've resisted the temptation to start writing Christmas carols until now. Writing carols is how I discovered that I could compose for choirs quickly, much to my surprise. So I've been looking forward to having another go at this seasonal activity. The words came from the practically inexhaustible source of Isaac Watts yet again, and I went for verse 1 and 2 and the final verse from his carol. Here are the words I chose. Behold, the grace appears, the promise is fulfilled. Mary, the wondrous virgin, bears, and Jesus is the child. The Lord, the highest God, calls him his only Son. He bids him rule the lands abroad, and gives him David's throne. Glory to God on high, and heavenly peace on earth, goodwill to men, to angels joy, at our Redeemer's birth. I was a little concerned that Christmas carols can tip over into saccharine banality if you're not careful. But on the other hand, I suppose Christmas carols need to sound Christmassy, for want of a better word. I'm not sure I managed to do that. After a short organ introduction that just manages to stay the right side of ordinary harmony, the choir enter and repeat a version of what the organ has played. The concluding cadence is elongated to try and avoid the ordinary again, and then organ and choir repeat similar material another twice. It's fairly declamatory to reflect the opening two lines, Behold, the grace appears, the promise is fulfilled, before a quieter section to emphasise the next words, Mary, the wondrous virgin, bears, and Jesus is the child. I quite like the way the organ accompanies this section with lots of movement before the words are repeated by two choir parts at a time. A short unaccompanied section leads to the organ parts repeating the same material as the opening several times, while the bass is alone. Then the two inner parts, then the soprano part enters, and finally the bass again. The effect of growth to a climax is fun. Finally, in this section, the unaccompanied choir declaims and gives him David's throne. I realise now that the opening organ material has become a theme or refrain, and I think it works quite well. We hear it again before the final climactic verse, where passages of accompanied and unaccompanied singing lead to a rallentando and the repeated final phrase. I'm still not sure it really sounds like a Christmas carol, but I think it works well as a piece of music. So that's a start, at least. Anyway, see what you think. Well, what do you think? Let me know on X or Instagram at RealAnthem52 as a comment on the show notes for this week, or via email show@anthem52.com. I hope you'll join me next week for a new episode and a new anthem. Only 9 to go, fewer than 10, crikey. But until then, the question remains, will I make it to Anthem 52?